Guys, it looks like you're binding, but I don't hear anything. I don't know if you're stuck or if you're trying.
Can I be heard?
Now you can.
Okay. Could I not before?
You could not.
Okay. Because I have it bound to T, so whenever I type something with the T, it just goes off, so.
That's silly.
Yeah, it
You
is.
should do a key that you don't normally.
Yeah. I use my mouse buttons. That's what I normally used to do, but now I have like stuff bound to it. I don't know
So
what else I can reach.
if your hand is like if you're on your actual keyboard, what about your left control? Like
That's my
use your
crouch.
pinky.
Like I have my keyboard like slanted really like hard because I used to play like FPS games like really like hardcore. So like I have a really weird keyboard layout. But I can try something else that I don't use here. Let me try.
Tilda's my go-to option.
Mine is F9 on my, and I have it bound on my button 11 on my right.
I was gonna say that's quite a stretch.
No, it's the left side I have that Nostromo thing, and the right side I have the.
Mine is left control.
See, that's what I said. No, Jaded, I've already started here.
Oh, invite me then.
Well, I tried and you ignored me twice.
I got nothing.
Twice.
I will show you my thing. I've got nothing from the login to now.
Well, there you go, boss.
All right. Once again, I'm going to be grabbing everybody, seeing what we got, and then going from there.
We pretty much almost everyone who was on yesterday has logged on so far. Thankfully, we're just missing Kid and one other.
We're missing two people. We're missing two more additional to Kid. I'm moving Vane because he wasn't here last night, but get
I don't
everybody
even
from
know
last
how
night.
he got in. I don't remember inviting.
This is what happens when I'm not around. You just start inviting.
Break things.
You didn't grab Derp.
I did too. I sent it, but
Mm-mm.
it did too. Okay, so Kid and our other healer. Do we have 5 healers? We had 4 healers. 5?
We had 5 healers. Tuna made up the last healer with Corrugate.
Right now. So who are we missing? Our healer.
Yornix.
Ah, Yornix.
The shaman. Yep.
Yeah, sorry, Yornix. Okay. Cool. Taki and I will start summoning people so we can try to pull that 8. Weren't you wearing the green one yesterday, Taki?
No, Crash was wearing the green one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Somebody was. What was you?
Whoa. What is happening?
Oh, is everything gone? Because that happened to me yesterday. I mean, earlier.
No, I got summoned. I was in the tunnel on the way into the instance, and you summoned me, and I'm now floating extremely fast through the map away from the instance.
That happened to Tuna yesterday.
Yeah, I'm literally floating underneath Nazjatar. This is interesting.
I'm gonna
Take some pictures.
got
I
bad
just-
news for you, Caleb.
Wait, now
Doesn't
I'm
end well.
Yeah, where am I?
You
Nihilotha.
do eventually hit the bottom of the world.
That's like,
Yeah, you're Nihilotha, perfect.
if you fall far enough, you'll hit GM Island.
GM of a restaurant, I take offense to that. I'm offended. I'm triggered.
Whoop, no, I hit something. I'm on my way back.
Wait, you bounced? Is that a Shadow Priest thing?
Bouncing back. Really fast, too.
Were you doing that tadpole thing?
No, if it's really fast, it's definitely not a Shadow Priest thing.
This is
Alright.
true.
Change of plans. We're gonna go with 4 heals, 2 tanks. We're just gonna blow the fuck up out of the ads and just like tunnel the boss.
Were there any changes in the strategy that you guys did last night?
We're after some talk today, Stab brought up some good points, and we're gonna try to do more single target oriented stuff and just work on passive cleave. So, be super encouraged if you've got a combat build, because that is tops for doing this fight.
You're top for doing this fight.
I'm just a top.
That's what she said.
So no, Turk, nothing really changed from it was pretty much just we'll pick a spot for the arkings and just roll. Yeah, we switched up the tanks, but I want to switch it back just to get more, to get my damage back on it with all the Avatar clap build.
Clap in those cheeks, those aberrations.
And we're going to use both potions on the first phase, right?
Is that actually worth it? Because I mean, we still have
Yeah.
40% downstairs.
The bigger problem with upstairs is the amount of damage taken. If the amount of time it takes us to do the 60% damage, we'll have a lot more the incubation fluids than we will downstairs with only 40% to go. Once we kill the first set of Naga, the recommendation is just ignore the second set, keep the witch interrupted, but just tunnel the boss down.
Yeah, and remember we've got quite a bit of execute damage as well on
Yep.
on that last 50%. Because I mean, by the time we got down and wiped, I mean Augur was already at 23%, which I mean if we're DPSing while running down, you know, technically like 35-30% by the time it reaches the bottom and everyone starts wailing on it. So
It's only safe for range to do that.
We might also want to Donald and I were talking last night about the ads. If the ads get low, we may just want to kill them at the bottom and use an ice. Well, we don't have ice blocks, but use some form of an immunity. Just because we lost 2 tanks, killing them upstairs and having the tanks sit around waiting in the amniotic splatter.
Yeah, we were upstairs for half the time.
yeah, I also I can't spec into Sunlane for a decreased cooldown on my Vampiric Embrace. Like I have to have some form of mobility on this fight, especially because of where we're spreading to with the Amniotic Splatter. If I don't have a movement ability, it's so slow. My DPS just gets tanked, and running downstairs, I almost didn't make it because I don't have any other way besides my shield to speed myself up.
You get some pity feathers from the healers.
That's true. I could.
Does anybody need a second summon?
Warnings, actually, I forgot to change the talent.
Here it comes.
Thank you.
I think we can go inside.
Yeah, I'm just making sure all my talents are set right. Yep.
Just FYI, I'm throwing down one of those attire rearrangers if anybody wants to use it. It's up now.
I need snow tires.
You live in a very snowy place?
No.
Are these level 85 BOEs in the guild bank just for transfer?
Do whatever you want with them.
I'm about to snatch these for my wardrobe.
Go for it.
I
I'll just
am.
kick you out later.
My answer no is a troll care because we live in Connecticut right now, and he might say that it's snowy, but I'm from northern New York, about 30 minutes away from Canada, and he's making dick-sucking gestures at me.
Well, I feel like you should go handle that. You got, what, 5 minutes?
About 1 minute till 7. That should be long enough.
Just needs 2 minutes.
Connecticut does not get a lot of snow.
Really?
No. The whole state shuts down if there's 2 inches.
But I've seen Gilmore Girls, and it was always snowing.
Northern New Yorkers think that they're in Canada, but actually Americans.
Here, the snow sucks, but what's worse is the wind.
No, I used to
One of
live.
you guys should move to northern Alberta and come join me in the snow.
Yeah, I used to live right off of Lake Ontario, so we get a ton of lake effect.
Yeah, I'm right by Lake Michigan.
I'll go to your Canada.
Kaelith, are you going to bring us back to life when we freeze to death?
Well, I
I'm
mean,
good.
last
I-
winter we had about 2
how to
weeks
walk
of
Thank you, Jin-
minus
Jin
40,
got me.
so-
4 people at once. Oh no!
All right, doing a ready check. Make sure everybody's actually here and awake, so we can go through stuff real quick.
Do we have intellect scrolls?
Do we have cauldron or personal flasks?
Got 14 cauldrons. Want me to put one down?
Yeah,
Oh,
throw
that
one
would be
down, please.
amazing, thank you.
Yep.
I don't see any end scrolls in the bank. I can dip. Well,
Jin has
No.
some.
I have
and-
6. Tuna has 6.
give it a few pull before we burn the first one and start going. Make sure that we're all lined out. Okay, some quick changes. If anybody missed it, there was some back and forth in the guild talking about how we'll approach this fight, and one of the things that we want to do is go more single target oriented and work off of passive cleave onto the ads and see how far that gets us. Hopefully the ads should die shortly after the next set of ads spawn. If we see anything get kind of hairy with that, warriors beef up your whirlwind cleave. So single target oriented. If you need to swap up an Azurite traits or your neck essences, knock that out now real quick. And then we will scatter around the room and pick our spots. Alright. We're going to keep chain pulling the boss over, so pick your positions. I'm going to stand about where the ads are going to be in center.
Ignore me if I'm showing up on your radar.
And give yourself a little bit of breathing room. I noticed looking through some of the logs today that healers, so Tweezy, there was a couple moments where you guys get caught out either by, it looked like Ando or one of the rogues or somebody. You guys kept getting caught out and picking up an incubation fluid from the arcing, so be particularly mindful where you guys are at in center, especially if you guys aren't moving, that there are people scattering around, and some people are doing it a little bit closer to the edge of their timing. Everybody got a spot?
Jaded, are you always gonna have ads for Rex and Tricks?
Yep. Well, that's the other thing. Angel, I'm gonna switch up. I'll do ads tonight.
All right.
Just because with just looking at the damage, it would just be, it'd be better for just consistent cleave.
Yeah, you can do quite monstrous DPS to the outside.
I gotta figure out how to do it, but I'll get there. All right,
Basically, thunderclap on cooldown.
yeah. Well, if the avatar's up anyway. All right, everybody to the entrance. And we'll get going.
Off tank on Orgo is taking amniotics, right? The pools.
It'll be both tanks. It'll be Nala and Angel taking it.
Right.
To reiterate, when we get downstairs, we are going to kill the first wave of ads. Jada will scoop all those up, as well as any of the Zoitroids that do drop. And once the first set of ads is done, we're same thing, tunneling hard on the boss. If a second wave of ads comes up, keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on the witch for interrupts, but we're just going to tunnel the boss down and not kill the second. Say the second set of Naga. To be specific, it's the second set of Naga that we're ignoring. The Zoitroid should go down the same.
With the big ad, are we soaking or not soaking?
I don't think we have enough immunities. Correct me if I'm wrong. Looking through the list.
I can soak. I mean, 3 if I have all my cooldowns. I can solo soak.
But I think you're gonna need those picking up the boss.
I don't.
No? No, I hate you.
No.
He just staggers all that bullet.
We don't know. Well, I think it's physical, so I don't think rogues can.
It's nature.
Is it nature?
Yeah, because if it was physical, I would just stand there and not pop a cooldown.
Let me just look up real quick. Vane's getting a second headset. Look.
I thought when you're killing the first set, everybody soaks, and then when it's ignoring, you immune.
I'm just seeing if we do. If we can do the soak with anything else other than like an ice block or pally bubble.
It's 2 million magic damage, so whatever you need to get that to a savable amount.
Rogues and turtles.
Actually, you're right. Turtles might do it because turtles avoid shit like the barb.
Yeah, it's a deflect.
Angel's gonna be tanking first, healers.
We can use a nether walk if we need to. We got plenty of demon hunters.
No, you don't.
I think our demon hunters have leech.
We're all taking leech.
Got it. Yep. Nope. AMS, turtle, and cloak don't work.
Brewmaster works.
Brewmaster works. What we can just do then, Nala, is that in that last phase, once the ads are dead, if I can get a window, we just switch places, and I'll just off tank with Angel, and you can pick up the ads for the second set of Naga ads, and that way you'll just have them in the back for the soak.
According to Windows, I have no internet, even though I'm kind of talking to you guys, so let's hope that doesn't become the truth.
Hope it doesn't tell you that you do have internet.
List is going up. If we can get to that, if we can push this to where we're at the 6th instead of the 7th, I'll move Ando's. Alright, last ready check. Just so I can see a little pop up with all the consumables.
I'll let you say Ando's taking, or Angel's taking first.
Correct.
Not Ando. Not Trix into Ando.
You're set to go, Angel.
Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for remembering Lust.
Forget next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Oh my god, I don't have my poisons on.
This is what the first pool's always for. That's why I said don't burn the intellect scrolls.
But I remembered.
Watch the splatter. These guys are close to some of you.
Follow me.
Jerk, watch your arcing. I think you were too close to some people.
I was on the spot I was the second, the edge of the second. There was someone jumping around in front of the boss though.
Number 5. Crap. Wrong target.
How do you check if?
Go ahead and reset.
How do you check if someone got hit like that? It's like a weak way.
It's not easy. I've been using the replays. I haven't found a good way of figuring. I've been looking at the buff, seeing when somebody picks one up out of phase, and then tracking them down in the replay.
What number did we get to?
That was number 5, just went off,
Correct.
and we were at 54%.
54.
All right, everybody got their poisons on, their right gear on. Everybody looked and changed their mystic set to the raid set, right?
We got Vantis runes in the guild bank too. If you don't have one, you should.
I'll put down a bank.
And if it runs out, Stab has some for 800 gold available on him as well.
I don't see any runes in the bank.
He said he was going to sell it at a special guild
In
price.
the
Alright,
raider slot.
I'll put it So is that apparently the tabs don't highlight anymore when they have a search?
Yes, I do.
Good, I just did it.
Yeah. That's literally how I found it.
Boy, I love it when parts of my UI that aren't even add-on-ed aren't even affected by add-ons.
Add-on-ed?
Added on.
Augmented.
Yes. My guild bank is unaugmented.
Oh, I'm ready. Sorry.
You're good. I'm just making sure these logs are actually logging. Missed the first one.
What?
No, my purses.
For that first one, really?
I'm okay with that one being annulled from the
No.
record.
All right, one more ready tick, just to make sure.
My meta.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Reset it. Gotta watch that blue swirl.
I'm dumb as fuck. Sorry.
Good. So we got. That's why we got Nala to do this stuff.
That's the only
If
reason
you'll
why
move.
Oh,
Angel
Angel.
got
Threat.
Angel, sit down.
Angel's gonna do the power.
He's at 9
right now.
stacks.
I was like, I can remove aggro, and I'm like, oh wait,
If you just sit down, the boss will auto crit
yeah,
you.
I did. It killed me. I just was bubbled there for a second, and I
Thank you for that.
And I got rid of my macro to get rid of it because I forgot
Oh.
that's a tanking cooldown.
I was just digging through the bank trying to find something.
All right, everybody's ready.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Second pot's available.
Bubble.
Wipe, reset it.
My 2-minute cooldowns didn't reset.
Thank you. I need 40 seconds.
Is it intellect scroll time?
One more. We haven't had a really good, clean one to like sub 50. We've been resetting a lot early with some deaths.
It's the 7% healing that the healers are missing from the intellect scroll.
That's it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Next one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I zapped Killeth.
Did you just AoE Tom? Because they all just ripped.
Yeah. Was one life, sorry.
You're gonna have to soak him.
We're not gonna make it.
Yeah,
6 up with decent amount of health. Just reset.
Yeah, I think I need to pick a different spot because this is the third time that I've.
Yeah, you
zapped
need to move your too close.
Not even close.
Like, is anyone?
Aww.
Or, is anyone using this spot over here, like by this spike?
Just you may as well just go re-get to your spots.
I'm close
That's
to
my
over
spot,
there, yeah.
Turk.
Anyone using this?
That's Gary's spot.
That's exactly my spot where you're standing right now.
Okay, because I was here.
Can we get a res?
There's a healer that stands there, Turk.
I would raise it in a second. I'm just healing
Well,
myself.
we got 2 healers up.
I didn't want to die while trying to res, so.
Yeah, same. That's
Yeah, I
what I was
think-
doing.
I'll just like run to the back then, so we don't waste time with pulls.
The entrance is typically open, like right around here.
Yeah, I'll just fix that.
No, that's my spot.
Capri stands there.
My spot.
I swear you weren't here, because I was looking for a spot to go if I had it, but okay.
She's tricksy. She's got camouflage spec.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I do, obviously. With how much faith I have in our healers, I don't need natural mending.
JJ, I think we need to do go to our spots. If
Yep,
Turk
make
is
it-
trying to figure
Making
out
sure everybody's here to spread out. Alright, go ahead, get in there, spread out, and we'll run interference.
Ow.
Everybody on their spots. Alright.
Turk, you're right in the path between the boss and Gary.
On who?
Here, for reference, the group is standing usually like up here like this, Turk. It's not a single pile, so it kind of spreads out to the sides, like maybe where I'm at, maybe a little bit more.
I have to go back to like over here.
So Turk, why don't you swap places with me, where I'm standing here?
Okay.
I'll come to that star there. That should be fine for me.
Alright, everybody set, come back to the door. Let's do this. I don't get what you need with the markers, Ando.
They were both standing like 3 yards from a marker, not actually underneath it.
I thought those were just reference points for people to stay
That
out of.
that was my
That's
impression. I didn't think those were spots.
Well, what are they there for?
Reference for the healers, I figured.
Well, I've
Showing
been standing
GPSs.
under the mark because I thought that's what they were for.
I mean, yeah,
like,
you can.
When I get marked, I
It,
run.
it wouldn't make sense because circle, star, moon, and square are all way too close to each.
Yeah, I don't think they were last night though. I don't know.
Long as nobody arcs, I'm less concerned about everybody like finding a spot than just not having people arcing each other. Here we go.
5,
Intellect roll? Yep, we're up.
3, 2, 1.
bubble. Oh, this is bad. Failed it.
Coming up on arcing number 5.
Guardians back up.
Coming up on number 6. Pick up Tweezy.
Boss is going down.
Leave the ads. Do we have a bubble or anything for this immunity for one of these?
I can Zen Mad them.
Okay. Once we get down here, work the ads up. We'll interrupt the boss at the last second.
They still get their debuff for being
Interrupt?
too close, right?
They still what?
They still get debuff for being too close.
Yes.
I have my darkness with it.
Really low damage right now. I don't know if that's all healers should be deepsin.
Hey, everybody.
Are we killing this first set of ads?
The ads will be cleaved same as before. I'm just going to drag them close. The pile up is right about where between the ads and the bottom. This first set of big ads, yes, we do want to kill the soak.
Gotta keep the witch interrupted.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her over.
Don't forget about your second pot if you didn't use it upstairs.
We got a charge in the back room.
Pick up Jaded.
He's so long.
Hey, you want to tank it? Because I don't know if I'm gonna have the cooldowns for
Yeah,
it.
I got it.
Guardian should be up.
Picking up the boss.
This is our burst window.
I'm dead.
Oh, it was the witch's lighting.
Alright, tunnel boss, just passive cleave on ads. When we get this next set of ads up,
I got all.
We gonna res Caleb?
yeah, pick them up. Heil, do your rally.
We also have Kids Darkness up.
Gotta get these interrupts on the witch.
Looks like the boss is back on me. Need a taunt.
Yeah, the rock elemental keeps taunting them.
Maybe to take on the
Stun,
bridge,
stun.
please. Take it.
Get out of that circle.
Just keep witch and drops will be fine.
Almost an instant cast there.
This
I
fight's
think-
a done deal.
I think downstairs I need to go to ads and I'll just take statue.
Yeah, what it just looked like. I don't know what happened, but I could not get the witch off of Angel at all. Like I taunted her about 4 times, and she just kept snapping right back.
Yeah, I'll need whoever's on boss will have to taunt because I'm gonna AOE taunt. But I think that's the best way to get it all pulled together.
I think so. They did die. The first set did die clean. Oh, Nala does have the cooldowns for the second one. It was a bit of a shuffle, but the swap between me and Nala back on boss worked when we got all the ads cleaned up eventually. Since it's not as visible what cooldowns we have, I'm gonna be just looking at my raid tools, and I'll be calling for like the rallies and stuff.
It should be roughly the same as upstairs, shouldn't it?
It should just stagger the same way. Yeah, we would have if we didn't have the stuns coming off of the witch. We had that fight.
Do we want to assign people to the witch's stun interrupts?
Demon. I would say the demon hunters keep an eye. I know Kid is watching it, and they've got more of a ranged interrupt. Who else has ranged interrupts? I mean, you're gonna also be on it for a third interrupt.
Demon hunters.
Yeah, that's what I said. Kid and Stormy be on it, and then Nala. What I would say is just Nala always do the stun, so Nala always interrupt. Conductive pulse, and then Stormy and Kid can catch the rest of the casts. This way, you should have your interrupt up for every single cast of that stun, and then Angel and I can pinch in when we're not currently on boss.
Alright, can you guys just throw an interrupt out as it's coming out because it'll spawn right by you guys?
Yeah.
Do we want to have the demon hunters interrupt early? That way, people can snipe it if they see it at a large percentage of the.
Yeah, demon hunters grab it early. That it'll also give them resource, which is why it's better for them to do it.
Yeah, we don't want to steal their resources.
No, so demon hunters, if you guys see a cast, just grab. What you guys are looking for is shocking lightning. If you see the conductive pulse, it'll be a quick interrupt, but it should be Nala's. Everybody set?
All right.
Count.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Reset it. You really gotta watch this, man. That's 3.
40 seconds.
Repair still up.
I cancel it
Are
because
we-
you needed 40 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. I need, yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm just making sure that it did actually cancel.
Math is hard.
All right, it's at 10. You can go.
What was that?
It's at 10. You can go.
Count it.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bubble.
Pick up Capri. Reset it.
Your guys' outlaw DPS is reliant on the roll the dice, right?
Mm-hmm. Heard you like RNG, so we made a whole spec about RNG.
I was about to say, because like your DPS has gone from, it like ranges between either like 60, 70 to like 100k.
Hey, I had 108 there.
It's crazy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Keep in mind with the spots that if the boss twitches at all and is out of position, that it does shake things up.
The add-on helps a lot with that. Recoil.
Ads are gonna get hectic. I do have incubation fluid. Pick up corrugate.
Bubble.
Number 5 coming up.
Those ads are like right on my spot.
Yeah, the boss is out of position, so the ads are out of position. Reset. That's what I'm saying. Like, the spots, while nice, if you hold to them too tightly, you're gonna get screwed over by just the way that everything moves around.
Yeah, Thane, you might want to try with the left spots, because left side always gets picked up first for ads. And there's a good bit of extra room there.
All right, here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pick up Corgate.
Level.
I just keep being arcane.
Coming up on arcing number 5.
Good time for second pot now. Guardian about to come up.
Ignore this set of ads, right?
Yep.
If you can tank them, it'll help make it easier to soak down below. Just
I'm
for
trying
this
to scoop
set.
them up. I'm bleeping, so I should have some ad clearance. Give the healer some breathing room to run.
Yeah, I just can't
DPS the ads when they get down here. Bringing them close. Once these are dead, I'll get on boss. Well, I'll let Angel get some stacks.
Six or 7.
Yep.
Witch is up.
Just watch the arcanes. I'll bring the witch to you. Just gotta get the Myrmidon. Taunting ball.
Demon use AoEs and she snapped to me. I see what you mean.
Zotroid dying soon.
I got next on Witch.
Putting on my rally for this one.
Guardian should be up soon. Should be up now.
Zotroid on boss.
I have next interrupt.
On boss. And didn't grab the Zotroid.
It's fine, I'm just gonna cleave it.
Angel, when you're good, just taunt and I'll take the Zotroid to him.
Zotroid dying now.
I got the swirl.
Second witch up.
Top boss.
I have next interrupt. We'll mix them right.
Okay, coming back to the lot. Grab the witch.
Got it.
Fuck. Pick up Jaded. We don't have any. What happened down there that we lost a bunch of people? Amniotic eruption. No, people were people stood and he looked at the eruption. Or did one go off? Let's see.
That's one missing, I think.
Amniotic splatter.
No, it's eruption, so it's a missed one.
Yeah.
Super close.
You got this. Just lock it down. That one, that one I'll take on me. It feels like we're still trying to get our hands around the coordination down. It was better though. It's too many ads to wrangle up.
I think so. I started putting statue on boss, and I think I have to do that. Rather,
Yeah, that's
'cause-
fine. What I was just doing is, and what Angel, what you and I can do is that when we do our taunt swaps, just take whatever we got with us to Nala.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too. Like when I had the witch on me, but as soon as you taunted off me, I just ran her to there real fast.
Check your flasks.
I'll try and call when Zotoids die as much as I can, because it gets real messy down there.
Well, I saw the one inside the in the rain, and I stood in it with a spell reflect. I thought that was all three of them.
Yeah, I stood in a couple because I just wasn't sure where you guys were either.
Jeeves down. Make sure you repair your equipment.
I've almost hit my repair total. That's the first in a while.
Sanity check. Make sure you got all your Ben 6 and right pieces. I just did one myself, just to make sure.
Oh snap! I haven't had my weapons on all night.
Milux is down.
My shield was broken, so.
My artifact.
Alright. On you, Angel.
Alright.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm getting some leg issues.
Pick up Bane.
Guardian should be up
Number
in the
5.
third. Yeah, you can second pot now.
Reset.
Soaking these first.
I get everybody's really pumped and super anxious and stuff, but breathe. You're making more mistakes when you get all anxious. Oh,
need
Derp
40.
walking back down.
Actually, 30 seconds.
Yeah, same. All right, everyone's ready. Here we go.
Five, four, three, two, one.
I could use Whirlwind Dad or helps on the side.
Bubble.
Time a second pod after this. Marking. Guardian should be up.
One anti-little close. We gotta ignore this new set.
Use pause to stay alive.
Like last time when we get down there, kill the ads, and then we'll interrupt the boss at the last second. Alright, Nala, you're all set.
Do you have a range interrupt for a switch cast?
Capri will get it.
Ads coming up after the splatters.
I got next.
Taunt boss.
Picking up the taunt.
Zoid right there though. Dying now.
Add witch.
I'm inside.
Pick up tack.
Guardian's almost up.
Guardian should be up now. This is our burst window.
Someone get my interrupt speed.
Witch is dead, right?
Yeah, which is dead.
Sit back. Alright.
I got the soaks. Next set of
Next
big ads.
witch.
No, I'm taunting the Myrmidon over, just taunt it back.
Okay. I just had to taunt the Hulk.
Taunting boss.
There's a barrier up.
Need soaks over here.
Angel should be over there.
Remember health pots.
Yeah, use pots, stay up.
Pain suppression.
Jaded down, pick up Jaded.
Just kill boss, kill boss.
Focus bomb.
Kill boss, kill boss.
Fuck yeah!
Good job.
Congrats, guys.
Nice, Turk.
Thanks.
We release here.
Too
To be
bad I can't.
100% honest, I have not looked at anything with court.
I know it's a mess.
It's a hot mess.
Too
Hey,
bad I
Stormy.
can't give away my
Yes, I need to
4:30
go away.
pod.
Hey, Stormy.
Yes, I need to go away.
Leave
We're
her
gonna
alone.
we're gonna take a 10-minute break so I can read on this fight and everybody can breathe and just unclench.
Oh, I just finished. So
Oh, okay. Go get some tissues then.
He's wearing socks, isn't he?
On his feet or
Just stay walk. It's fine. Put it back on. You know.
I can't feel my legs.
Shouldn't have taken so hard.
Alright, we officially can't do this fight because we don't have 10 Shadow Priests.
Lol.
I can go get my Shadow Priest, but it's only like eye level 400.
Apparently that's better DPS than a 120 of anything else.
Weren't they trying to not pull Tuma Sargeras 2.0?
Wasn't Tumas
Lies.
Argeris the raid of the rogue?
Yeah, where it's, yeah, instead of 10 Shadow Priests, you had 10 Road.
Isn't the strat just to like pile up on one boss and then the other and the next?
Correct.
The president is no longer the president.
No,
Yes, he
that's
is.
not
You
true.
don't-
I
he's
saw
just
the-
impeached.
It's like literally like not even an hour ago the vote passed.
Well, that's different.
That's
Here.
not.
Oh yeah, for
That's not
impeachment.
Proof from
That's-
office, that's
Oh
being-
yeah, impeachment.
That's step one.
It still needs to go to the Senate.
It's like a really big.
Yeah, I
It's
always forget
all
about that.
Republican, by the way.
This next boss is not an aberration, right? So we can switch back to the physical.
Correct.
No, yeah.
But Zakul is an aberration.
Yes.
You're an aberration.
If we ever get to Zakul, it's the first time I'm gonna have Blood of the Enemy.
Why, thank you, Stormy.
Apparently, you can solo tank Zakul still.
No, stop moving. I was trying to inspect what you did with the get up.
Ah.
Very nice,
Just a
very nice.
normal red one with the Christmas hat.
I was trying to do the ugly sweater, but I didn't have any pants that matched because I don't have.
How
a lot.
very Halloween of you.
Oh, Tuna's a pirate.
Have we always been low on casters in the
Yes.
mythic team?
Yes.
I don't know why
There-
I've always had
It's
more.
we've had spots where we've had a lot of casters, but they are very short. It always ends up swinging back to melee really quickly and for a long time.
85% of this in last expansion, like about 85% of it was melee heavy.
I'm thinking
This
of my fellow
melee is
mage
fun.
for 8.3.
Okay, I guess I'll take advantage of some of this downtime while reading through some of this to talk about that. So when 8.3 drops, the raid is not going to drop immediately. I'm going to open it up where everybody essentially has the two main system in here, where you've got the one you're currently playing on and the second tune that you can switch around to if we need it, like Tuna's druid versus his rogue. When 8.3 drops, I'm going to drop the limitation, and I'm going to essentially just wipe the roster, keep everybody's names on there, but after 2-3 weeks, lock it back in where everybody's got to scoop up what their main is going to be, and then we'll have it posted up so that way everybody can see what the current class spread is.
Just putting it out there, I know that there's no raids or anything, but I've kind of locked in that Warlock's going to be my go-to if Shadow Priest is really suffering as much as it is. So in the next week or two, if people are around, I need to kind of run through Operation Mechagon a few times, unfortunately.
Kalis, we're going to be mage buddies.
Nah, I much prefer Warlock over
Let's
Mage.
start clearing some trash and talk about comp and stuff. Okay, so for the next fight, 2 tank, 4 heals is the recommended. Nala, I was actually debating the DK as the ult instead of my shot, just for the way that I keep hearing things going.
Yeah, my DK is normally my second ult anyway, so.
Apparently DKs are really strong.
Well, it's just grip, really.
I'm waiting for Mr. Pandaria arms to come back.
After they nerfed the DK weapon, and so you couldn't just take 20 DKs and kill anything in the world. DKs is mostly just the grip.
But you can take 20 prop pallies.
Well, the other thing will be that we might also have some people doing like Frost or Unholy. There's always that possibility. Alright, so for this fight, since it is down from 5 healers to 4 and 2 tanks, just looking at, I guess the simple would be Tuna go rogue, and me to go DPS versus Nala.
Or does Kitara want to play Hunter and I go?
Yeah,
I have a range.
I was also gonna say that Dav's Hunter probably will outperform my rogue on this fight.
You know what? And Kidara's Hunter would be a lot better than having another melee for all the standalone crap. And then we could have Nala go healer.
We'll just vote for you, Dav. No problem.
Watch the pat.
Just pull it.
I don't have Ring of Peace on right.
Yeah, crap.
I'm just farming BOEs.
Yeah, man, we're poor.
Okay.
You tanks do. I pull off you all the time on the boss. Now I just can't get rid off you on trash.
You haven't tried to pull thread off of me when I've got Avatar rolling on a bunch of ads.
I pulled off you constantly.
On the fight, that's because the stupid Zoetroids are like all over the fucking... on the bottom of the platform, they were worse, man. I was watching them, like one came down, like hung out in a doorway.
They come down at the weird spots, like completely staggered. It's just
Yeah.
whenever they want to come, they come.
Well,
Yeah.
just the one.
Or like even when they're
No,
upstairs, it
up-
seems like
up-
two come at a time, and then the third
Up,
one.
yeah, up top, the one that's to, I guess, to the DPS's right, comes down whenever he wants. But at the bottom, I only saw one come down, and then I saw like one lazily being up there, and then like one kind of took a weird detour.
Yeah, the third one takes forever, and I still don't know where it spawns. I just finally see it. And try
I'm
and
telling you, where if you saw where I think it was the Myrmidon spawned, he came down into that doorway and like sat there for like 2 seconds and then came.
This
He
conversation
was
has been so
deciding if he wanted to
ambiguous.
come down or not.
Okay, so we got Kadara swap. Now, do you need to switch any essences or traits? Or...
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, throw some markers around the room.
What's the closest you guys have been to completing Mythic? Since you guys have been together?
It's
Like how
Stormy
far? How
can
far?
answer that.
5 to 6, depending, honestly.
Yeah, 5-6 bosses into Mythic is I think
It's the
about the average. What I think, so I came in during Argus. We were on.
We killed
It's like same
P&R.
thing.
No, we were on the one with the bombs on the 2 platforms.
M&R.
Yeah, because I remember this one priest we have kept killing people on purpose, and I was really always mad at her.
Seriously?
Call me up or something.
I miss M&R.
Do you
Like-
though?
Like I feel like that fight would have been like a lot. I don't know. My memory of that fight was like a lot less annoying than the others. But then again, I don't think we had like 100 pulls on it like Hazabel, because I think we had roster issues.
Fucking Hasabel.
Yeah, Hazabel. I like that one time we glitched her, so like she went on one of the portal platforms somehow.
What?
Yeah,
Didn't the ad still spawn?
it was like during a wipe, and she somehow like teleported on one of the platforms. I don't know how.
She hit somebody so hard they went through a portal.
It's not as good as when I wiped everyone on ENR with no one in the.
Did you know in A&R if you ride a druid through the door, you
It's abuse.
So you know the first time that I
invested in
ever
this. When you ride a
stepped foot
druid, what
into
happens?
the first time I ever stepped foot into a current Mythic raid was during VOD, and Stabatha was the raid lead.
Were you doing a pug or?
Yep, it was a Dalaran get together, like who can do the first boss of Mythic.
Was it the
Oh, yeah.
Dalaran Raiders?
Yeah, it was just in trade chat. And I saw, and I joined.
Okay, so to quickly go over some of the mechanics, there will always be a decree up. So we are just going from decree to decree. The other thing that's going to happen is that if you mouse over these banners scattered around the room, you'll see which decree they're associated with. When that decree is active, that section of the room, and I mean like that third of the room, is going to be in a giant orange circle that is a... It's essentially a giant void zone. If you get in there, you're going to take a heavy dot, and you can't, and it amplifies the effect of the decree that's currently out. Skull markers about where the oh my god, standing formation, form ranks is going to be at each time. The decrees will go in a circular order. We'll kite the bosses around in that same order, with Sylvaz sort of in the middle and Pashmar lagging behind. Whoever's tanking Sylvaz will tank him on top of a spark. Whichever spark is closest, that's the spark we're going to nuke down. We'll get the next spark in, I believe the circle of decrees goes counterclockwise, so we'll just get the next spark in the counterclockwise circle, so that way we're moving forward. And nuke that one down with the cleave, and then leave the third one alone like we do normally on heroic. We do need... Oh shit, we don't have a warlock. If we had the last decree right before it goes back to form ranks, we're going to be jumping from essentially where purple's at to where skull's at to get back to the form ranks. Everything else remains unchanged. The charges need to be soaked. The markers are around the edges of the room. Just make sure you call it out. Range, make sure you're keeping an eye on stuff and helping soak as you can. That will be the tank swap location like it normally is. I will try to call. There's one of the charges that is going to be problematic later in the fight where he's going to charge and then immediately cast his bubble and explosion. So that'll be one where everybody needs to go ahead and soak. So that way you are all already standing in the bubble when it spawns. For DPSing this boss, what we'll just do is get everybody on the caster, get her down to about 35%, and then switch over to the melee boss, so that way for the rest of the fight we know that we're going to be in the bubbles and we'll be fine.
Who's starting on Pashmar?
Jaded will start on Pashmar. Let's see if there's anything else looking through this. The debuff from the sparks getting killed is going to last a little bit longer, so do not just go ahead and start nuking the next ones. Watch the debuff time. Make sure that it's off before we kill the second one. Think the guy in the gardens back in Antorus, or Nighthold, with the stupid sun spheres. Make sure that you are watching standalone melee. This is a spot where you can split up on the bot. It is a very nasty dot, 5-yard spread. Just make sure you are alone.
Should we be stacking for charge with standalone?
Should we be what?
Stacking for charge if we have standalone.
Well, they'll die otherwise.
With a cooldown, yes. What we should do is during standalone, target having like 3 people with really good resistance. Let's see what type of damage it deals. Because what we could do is have like hunters stack on the person with turtles up or something, and have it so that way they don't take any damage from all the stuff going out, but they're helping at least reduce the damage for the person with a charge. The damage is frost damage, so it should be cloakable and stuff.
There might be some science on my part of what I can survive or not.
Charlie, you in here? No, he's not. He's just whispering me stuff. He's saying that hunters can feign death to charge to avoid it. I feel like that's going to do like other mechanics where like you feign death and it just switches to somebody else and doesn't tell him. Gotcha. Hunters, try the feign death if you get targeted with charge. Let's see how it plays. If it gets screwy, then we'll figure something else out. Anything else? Any other pointers? Anybody's read or seen? Charlie, I've got you up on side screen to if you've got anything else tip wise.
So we're splitting DPS across the 2 bosses, or not?
No, focus up on Pashmar and then switch over to Sylvaz.
Right. Thought so.
This way, at the end of the fight, when we finally go to split to kill them, the melee will just already be on Sylvaz and won't have to be worrying about the bubbles and stuff. And it'll be a lot easier later on in the fight when the healers are lower on mana and stuff. Yep, if you got your aberration belt, make sure you switch it now. As far as scrolls and food and stuff, let's do a couple pulls, figure out mechanics. The mechanics of this fight are more problematic than actually DPSing it. Once we can get through a full rotation of all the decrees, we should be ready to actually attempt this on a more realistic scale. Alright, everybody set. Starting up a count.
Jaded, when you want Lust? I'm sure you said it, but I'm just making sure.
We'll do it at the end. Is that? Let me just double check.
How you did on the poll?
It might be worth on the poll just to speed it along.
Yeah, I don't see any burn mechanic or anything like that, so
you want to
might
try
be
to
best
pull
just on
someone
start
who's
with
over
Just
them.
yeah, just do it on the poll. Let's see how deep we can get doing this super vanilla.
I feel like the only thing would be if healers need it, but we won't know that until a few pulls in.
Oh, one thing I'm seeing in here really quickly, deferred sentence, that one where when you move, you take 60k damage. What the recommendations is take predictable damage as opposed to constant damage. If you are constantly running, you're constantly taking a tick of damage, it's better to like stop, get a 2-stack, move, get a 2-stack, move. Or actually, you should be able to make it to 3. If you drop below 35% health, don't move. Wait to get topped up a bit, and then use a personal at 4 stacks, and you'll be fine. You really just gotta watch your own health because it is a personal hit. So if you are low, don't chance it and get yourself killed. If you do get charged, well, while we have that deferred sentence, don't move as much as you can. We'll have to drop it wherever we are, just to make sure we're not having everybody getting knocked down by deferred sentence while they're trying to run to you to help you. All right, the last ready check. Starting to count.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Take him closer to Skull, 'cause that's where the standing formation is going to be at. Range, you should move closer to Skull just in case, so that way you can get in the standing. Get the circle spark. Range, target the spark back by move.
I'm sorry, that was a terrible spot for that.
I hear you getting laughed at.
Move to the boss. Oof.
Well, that was fun.
Hey, 77%, guys.
Isn't all DPS supposed to be on patch mode?
Yeah, it's fine if some people get caught out for some stuff, but yeah, all DPS should be on patch mode. If you're double dotting, go ahead and double dot. It's fine as long as it's not to your detriment.
During form ranks, we're gonna have to keep him on Skull because he starts his AoE before form ranks ends. It looks like.
Yeah, it did look like that. So keep him on Skull. Melee help out with the close spark, and then once it's dead, range will have to handle the second spark because it looked like it was deep in that the decrease. Starting to count.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Sparks. You know what? Get back on Pashmar, and once the debuff drops, get on Circle, which is right. Get on Circle. Leave that back one alone. Well, that'll be the wipe in any case. All right, looking at the zones and the way that the sparks kind of moved a bit, leave that one that's way back there alone. We can actually get the melee on the one right next to Pashmar really quick. So, my calling it differently, we're gonna, since everybody's on Pashmar, we'll get the one right behind her, and then we'll move over to Sylvaz's, and that'll put you guys sort of in line to get on Sylphaz during his bubble.
If anyone needs tomes to change to immunities, it has. Stab.
Make sure that we are not dropping the charge in Skull, since we have the form ranks there. We don't want people standing in Void Zone from charge while they're trying to do rank.
They're coming in like right on top of each other. Like, form ranks will go off, and then the charge happens, and then the next form rank starts.
It's not that. It's just we don't want the void zone to be sitting where the form rank spawn.
I get it. They're going to be close. You're going to need to drop it close, like probably where Sylvaz is at. But I just don't want it on the actual bubbles that people are soaking. Starting to count.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Get the one by Pashmar. I'll pull her over. Oof.
Whoa.
That was a form rank miss.
That was like 4.
Yeah, those
Seems
things totally
livable.
fall down.
Yeah, did you guys see where that frenetic charge was? Right on top of the form ranks. That's why we don't want them there.
So whoever gets the charge cannot do form ranks.
That's correct, yeah.
Which also means if you're not doing form ranks, you have to help soak charge.
Yeah.
How about let's just assign some people out for that first one. How many ranged healers do we have?
The ranged are probably gonna have to do form ranks because all the melee are gonna be over on the spark.
I don't think we have that many ranged, do we?
Yeah.
All the healers,
We have 5.
3 hunters.
5 ranged.
Okay. Yeah, range do then why don't we just have the healers do form ranks and the range help out with soak?
There's more than 4.
Yeah, there's
There's
have
6.
6.
Okay. Then Kaelith and Vayne help the healers out with form ranks, and Gary will be the backup just in case one of the healers is picked up for the charge. If we have some of the zippier melee, you get out and get one of the closer form ranks to help out.
Do we want to put the charge over by melee so melee can help soak it?
That would probably be better if you can. Well, 1 second, 1 second. Let me see how bad the debuff is on this difficulty when they're close to each other. You can. The problem would just be that when they charge close to the melee group, the bosses will take 99% reduced damage. It's not bad for. It's not going to kill anybody, but it's not going to be great for time. How about drop it by. I will hold patch bar closer to diamond, and drop it. Essentially, in front of between skull and diamond. That way, you have the form ranks behind you.
Like on the banner there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
just
reference,
let
I'm
anywhere
saying
in,
like
that quadrant.
that banner.
By the way, we're now the rank 4 Horde Guild on Dalaran.
We have been.
Number
Out,
one.
out of 5 guilds, yeah, that's about right.
I don't know. Caleb say that seems right.
Chance.
We're still ranked 4.
Yeah, no, we've been 4 for a while.
I thought we were 5. I thought we were
Yeah, we were
behind
5 for a while.
Ember. We were behind Ember and Pantheon's Legion. They got
4,
Ashbane before.
3, 2,
Ember doesn't play anymore though, so I don't really count. They're all on class.
Not anymore, yeah.
Like I said, out of 5,
Haha.
you guys did great. We got Orgo down before the new year, and before the new patch. That's what I wanted for the group. Server shit is
Yeah,
great,
I'm
but
trying to be
sideline.
optimistic. You guys are ruining the parade, yeah.
I'm just saying, we did what we didn't think was gonna happen. We thought Orgo was gonna be a big.
Ow.
We need
The
backups
the
for
charge-
ranks when healers get marked.
I
Well,
was in one. I thought I was the backup. I was in one.
Well, there's like 6 of them, so you need people
Yeah,
like.
I was in
standing
How
one
about
and then I got
here-
charged too.
here's what we'll do since we are switching this up that it's gonna be closer to melee. Melee help with that first soak. Range just focus on the form rank. We did change up the position so it's a little bit more convenient for melee.
So you want melee to soak?
Melee will help soak. Range will just focus on the form rank.
Yeah, that spark's dying right around then anyway, so it's perfect.
So you want us to go soak before we kill the orc?
You are honestly, if you're slow, go help soak. If you're fast, we had the orb dead by the time that Nala got into position at Star.
Yeah, we died to form ranks. We would have got like the orb died, and then everybody else died for the form ranks, and then we would have had time to get to the frenetic charge afterward.
I'm here, sir.
Good. Alright, starting to count.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go Hava with the soak. That would be our swap. Get by
Rush.
boss. Oh no, it looks like it's clockwise then.
Spark's about to die.
Charge. Switching boss. Make sure to get your, if you do get charged to the edge of stand alone, spread out. If you need to get on the melee boss, go ahead and get on the melee boss so that way you're not.
Charge.
Hey, I think they fixed the bug where if you taunt the boss, he kills you with charge.
They did fix that.
So, standalone starts ticking immediately as soon as it comes on you. There's like no leeway. I was standing.
Spread out before.
Yeah, I was standing next to somebody, and literally we were maybe 2 seconds with each other, and it ticked me.
It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
So since it's going clockwise, we already know what the order is going to be for. Oh, is it going clockwise? Because form ranks is to our left. Repeat is between that and standalone.
It did go clockwise. This like the way we're facing. Yeah.
Did we do repeat performance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. I completely missed it. Alright, so yeah. So then we know once repeat performance is up, we just spread out immediately. And as far as how we'll do Pashmar, just keep making sure that she's way ahead of the circle, so as Sylvaz moves around, he has more room to maneuver for charges and stuff. Angel, just make sure that when we're tanking Sylvaz that we just keep moving ahead, just so that way when the zones do switch, we're not caught out inside of one of them. That's why we'll always keep Pashmar way ahead, so that way you have the room to move Sylvaz up. Alright, start the count.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Those are missed form breaks.
Yeah, there was one.
Yeah, I went to go soak one, realized I had charge on me, and then I don't think anyone replaced it.
I was a couple steps behind you, but I didn't realize we were going to run out of it.
Yeah, we can never drop charges there, so if someone up there has it, we need to replace them.
Did that target dying like cancel the charge?
I never saw the charge and the zone go.
Yeah, I think I died before he actually charged me.
Got it.
So wait, but that's interesting. That kind of I think that might answer the play dead and the feign death.
Yeah, because he never retargeted anybody. No, and the feign death should have worked. Charlie linked me a log.
At least the feign death's easy to test. You can just feign death while everybody's stacking on you and see what happens.
But then they all stand around looking silly.
But yeah, you lose some theoretical DPS to answer a question forever.
Starting to count.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Eruption on boss. I'll put up a rally for this.
Pageant grows tiresome. I command you to provide more. I shall entertain you.
Charge. And start moving Sylvaz up so you don't get
Start spreading out.
other way.
Whatever.
Other way, Angel, towards Star.
Right.
Go towards Star and then, well, actually, and keep going.
I command you to provide shelter.
Keep moving around the circle. Move toward between diamond.
Card.
Pageant grows tiresome. I command you to provide more entertainment.
Deferred sentence got me trying to get out of there. You gotta keep. We gotta keep the bosses moving, Angel. We can't. There's really no parking.
Nowhere for us to go because everything was so close. Everybody was packed in real bad.
Nothing before my devotion.
Progress.
Make sure when we do get to that when we get to that deferred sentence, you stop moving, let yourself get to 2 stacks and do it. It's better to take a 2-stack hit every second or two than a constant stream of 1 stack hitting you. You never reset to 0, you always reset to 1, and it just keeps hitting you over and over again.
Yeah, if you're just taking ones, you could probably take 3 ones in the space it would take you to get a 2. So it's better just to wait it out to 2. Because it doesn't fall off of you, it just goes back to 1.
Reset, starting to count.
Five, four, three, two, one.
get the soak, then get over to Star, and then stay on Sylvac.
Yeah, he charged, but there was no bubble left.
Did you feign death?
I did.
Interesting.
Yes, I was gonna say I didn't get knocked back.
I command you to provide more. Entertainment.
Okay. Just wanted to get a better idea on the damage. So what we'll do for first spark set is Jaded will rally. Here, let me start writing this in anger assignments because we'll end up having to use something.
This pageant grows tiresome. I command you to provide more. Entertainment. You have been found. You are nothing before my devotion.
See, your cat should be like mine too. Mine sits on my lap while I'm raiding all night. She's very polite and sweet.
Difference is I have a laptop.
Yeah, the cat would just sit on the laptop.
Cat top.
Mine understands
Drop
raid
top.
time because when I'm very particular and not petting her, she understands she doesn't get to hit the space bar. But other times she hits the space bar every now and then.
I usually let my cat DPS for me from board. She gets pretty good DPS.
So for feign with the charge, as soon as you get targeted, you have to feign and stay feign.
Yeah, you have to stay feign death. You can't get it back up. But
Oh,
I
that
did.
was-
I did run out. I ran out to the wall and then feigned death just in case. But he did.
So I got so far. I want to see if we need more cooldowns during those sparks. When I'm saying sparks, I'm talking about like the whole wave of sparks. We might need to just stagger 2 cooldowns, but I want to see how long one lasts and if it's enough to buffer it, since the sparks are pretty frequent.
Hey, Jaded.
Mm.
During the first phase, I went ahead and brought up a new window for details. Just look at damage taken by spell, and we are all taking a ton of damage just from form ranks.
Yep. Well, that was because somebody missed it.
No,
Even
it's
when we die.
it's going
Oh,
on for everyone. As soon as it goes out, everyone gets the debuff.
It does damage even if we soak it.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. It inflicts 38k.
That's why it's so sketchy, that first set of sparks, because the sparks are doing damage, the form ranks is doing damage, and the charge is doing damage.
3 mechanics at once. Yeah.
Let's pair that first one then with a heal cooldown. We don't have a lot of heal cooldowns.
You probably use salve and clean up after the spark and get all the form rank damage.
Wait, so which cooldown are we offering up for the first one?
I was suggesting
Salve.
salvation. And you might actually get a second use of it.
Well, wait, Jin, do you still expect into? Okay, your I think the evangelism might help buffer it a little bit more too. Yeah, during the formal ranks, do evangelism, and then I'll put first. It's really just that first spark that's really going to be really bad. The other sparks aren't as terrible.
The second's bad too.
Is the second one during repeat performance?
It's right as he's starting his cast. Or do you mean second wave of sparks?
I meant second wave, not the second one exploding.
I think that's
Second
during
wave of
repeat
sparks is until standalone. Or later, I can't recall.
Have we killed the second wave of sparks at all yet?
Yep, I thought we made it to the
We
third one.
spawned them, but we had. That's why I'm pretty sure it's in standalone.
Okay, change it up. Since the second one is during standalone, we'll switch it to rally. The third one will be barrier. That should be during the deferred sentence. So if everybody's clustered, it'll just be easier for people to catch the soak, to be under barrier, and to keep everything as close as we can, so that way all the damage is AoE healed. Since that's going to probably be one of the worst phases other than the form rank. Sorry, I count.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Swap. Jaded's rallies up. Charge.
Why are you moving too fast? Wow, sorry, Stab. We keep like
Moving around slowly. Charge. Swap. Deferred sentence. Make sure to stand still until you get about 2 stacks. Then you move. 2, 3 stacks, then you move. Alright. That was evangelism and I'll save my rally to a little bit deeper. The first spark going off seemed like it was fine. It's the second spark going into the cast, going into the bubble.
Yeah, we had a rally up for the first spark.
Was it me, or did the form ranks not disappear till like right when the bubble exploded? Because
Yeah,
I was right. I was right at the edge of it, and in a form ranks, it disappeared. I took a step and died.
Yeah, same thing happened to me. I was literally on the edge of the bubble, but so was the form ranks, and I could only take one tick, and it just outright.
But that's also where form ranks did damage. A spark went off at the same time, and the gas started. That's why I think
Let
we
me
need barrier.
let me
there.
see if we can, let me see if we can reposition the boss so that way we catch everybody, the whole form rank, because there's a center position to it where they're all.
It's probably a little bit towards us from the skull. Like there-ish.
The form rank I was on was towards the star, sort of. It was just on the edge. There was like 2 rows of 3, and it was right there on the edge.
Yeah, just gotta make sure the boss stands right on skull during that phase.
You can also use Spirit Link at the end of that.
Well, I think if we just throw barrier up, we'll be fine too. Either or.
I want to get to 2 of them so I can see what the timing is between both. Starting a count.
Between sparks.
Yeah.
It's a minute 25 or so.
Okay, so we can have every third spark should have cooldowns back up.
We can probably like 2 healers do one set, 2 healers do the next set. And
Yeah, along with a rally, we can have a rally in each one of those.
Char.
We don't want to use my immunity on other people's turns. We need more there.
This should catch the whole form rank. Next charge. Move ahead in the circle so that way we don't get caught.
Preemptively spread out.
Spread. Move ahead while you have the chance now, Angel. That way when the bosses will be positioned for the deferred sentence and we shouldn't have to move so much.
Charge.
So like you can hold the boss right at the edge of that circle and we should be good.
Alright.
Okay, deferred sentence, get 2-3 stacks and then move. I'll do your rally.
So it actually looks like you have to move quite far for that deferred sentence.
I was twitching back and forth and jumping and I could not get it to fall.
Yeah,
it's not like Waycrest.
No, it's not like Waycrest. It's not like the ice on Savara. It's a decent chunk of a move, like 3 to 5 yards. After that, though, that eruption that he was doing, that eruption will immediately follow into form rank. So that's the reset ish, wasn't it? No, we had a Bayer suffer next to do.
Barrier and the second spark going off worked well, and then the third spark, it seemed like we would be fine without a cooldown. There's a charge around it, but it didn't seem too bad.
No. The plan for standalone charge again was to have the hunters help out with turtles. So, or if we can do, it's either hunters with turtle or rogues with cloak, so that way they can just shrug the damage from standalone and help soak the charge.
Yeah, I noticed you all by yourself. That's why I tried to save you. I knew it was probably the wrong choice, but I felt.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Starting up account.
What percentage was Pashmar there?
4, 3, 2, 1.
I have to go look at the log. I can't see it.
Yeah, that only tells me still about.
It died.
Sparks, Jaded will get round right before the first one blows up.
Tar.
Next charge.
Look, he's trying to repair.
Pick up Kalis.
Charge.
Sparks. Get the one by Pashmar. This is deferred sentence. Ohio, go ahead and rally.
Live. Maybe next time.
I mean, the only thing that, like, I'm thinking about with that particular phase is I'm thinking about Ragnaros second phase, as we did Firelands the other week, where, like, if we were to have everybody stack up on one of the bosses and just have AoE healing go out and then just call, like, a group move, so that way all the healing is being picked up and everybody's staying together, might work out. I'm trying to countermand myself with why we shouldn't stack. And this is only for the deferred sentence portion. I'm not talking about the rest of the fight.
I mean, it makes sense.
So what we should do then is group up on Pashmar. Group up near Pashmar at the end of standalone, and then get on Pashmar. And then once we get to 3 sacks, call for move. The whole group moves a little bit till everything pops, and just keep AoE healings rolling. As we go into it, that would be a good spot for the Tide Totem that I saw Tweezy throw down, or a Link Totem, so that way as people are moving in, it's being evenly distributed through the group, and the AoE healing is picking everybody up.
We're just gonna want to make sure we time that with the sparks, because those are going off at the same time. So better to use it while a spark's about to die than just for
Right.
the movement.
Jaded. While Spirit Link would be good, the healing one might be better if we are going to be that spread out going into it. Even as a group, since we're still rotating, it's better for something that we're going to be stationary in.
I was just thinking that like as people come in, that the Spirit Link is distributing out that damage, but it is short lived, and the amount of time it would take for everybody to jump in would not.
Did you want me to save it for the second round of form rank? Because it would really help there, and we're all already in a circle.
Yeah, and that skull marker looks like it's dead center of where the form ranks are happening, so that should catch it if the Spirit Link is the same radius as Sylvaz's explosion.
Okay. Will it be about 3 minutes before we get back to form rank? Like, can I use it in the beginning, then use it again later, do you think?
Let me pull up that last.
If you use it during the first set of sparks, it'll probably be up for the third set. But if that's the case, we'll also have barrier up for that third set as well.
Okay. I mean, I'll try it this round. If we get that far, we'll have our answer.
For this round, probably just use it during the deferred send second sparks, just to try and survive as long as we can, because we'll have barrier timing to check it too.
Okay.
You haven't been dropping your revival anywhere, have you, Nala?
I've been using it around the second sparks just to keep us alive, but it
You're
will
talking about
probably end up
second
during the
set?
second.
You're talking
Yeah,
about the second set? Okay, so if what I put up made sense, it'll be form ranks during the sparks, first spark, Jaded Rally, Jin, Evangelism, and actually I put 2 barriers. Okay. That seems to be about the cooldown levels that we're using right now. And we got more we can add to it.
I think, and are you using salvation during that first set of sparks?
Yeah, because I might be able to squeeze 2 uses out of it.
Then I'm going to save the evangelism.
It's only a minute and a half cooldown.
Is it? Then you can have it up for every single set of sparks.
Not all the sets. Probably like every other one.
Okay.
Or I could have it like on both for first spark.
How about I'd leave it off, since it would be kind of great. Try to do it on the first spark blowing up, and then do it again on the second spark blowing up. See how well it lines up, and if it's good, then we'll just have you do evangelism going into the sparks each time. That way, it offers us some buffer as that damage starts blowing up. Pile, I'm holding your rally in reserve for another spot, just in case like we would.
Okay, sounds good.
Starting to count.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Charge.
Go to reset.
Big ouchie.
I
Cannon?
didn't have a transcendence down.
I guess. Yeah. Well,
I mean, I could if I put one.
I mean, where would you even? I guess if you put it up on the
Live platforms.
platform. No, I
Yeah.
think they'll just evade. They'll just evade out.
Will they?
Maybe.
Worth a try.
All right, everybody stay up top. Don't jump down. Now we'll try it for science.
I like
So I'm gonna
science.
die to that trash.
Look at that.
Or that. No.
Boom.
Okay, now
Pretty
it's
sure it
over
gets
there.
blocked off pretty quick. So.
Well, now it's over there, so
Oh, I should probably do the left side, shouldn't I?
Won't matter.
No, I
That's
think
where
that
you're
that
sitting
side will
on.
be. That side may be better if we're wiping at the start. The left side will be better for wiping later.
That's true.
It's kind of immaterial. And what you could just do is like get close, roll in transcendence.
I just need a tank to go with me because I only have the duration of taunt to get him outside of the room.
Oh, you're right. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
It can work. They just have to be fairly close to it.
Starting up a count.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Charge.
Ow.
Ooh. All right. You know what? We had a really good night. We had Orgo blow the fuck up. And honestly, I do need to do more investigation on this boss. We're doing good tonight, but you guys also did really great on Orgo, so I do want to give people the rest of the night to just chill. Plus, this fight is fucking wonky.
That's a good way to put it.
It is. It's super technical. It's like it's involved. The DPS almost doesn't even matter as long as you just execute mechanics.
The healing doesn't really matter either.
Yeah, it's
outside
like-
the sparks going off.
Like honestly, if we wanted to practice this shit, I would say like we just go 6 heals, and then just like practice mechanics and practice not dying to stuff.
it's like all this justified 2 reused.
Just so you can learn the decrees for the Ashara.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
It might be something to mess around with next week, to like have 5 or 6 heals and just like lock down the mechanics, lock down the rotation, because it does feel like one of those fights that once you get into the groove of how it works, it's just rinse, repeat, clean it up so that way you can drop a healer.
I think it's also just seeing overlaps.
Yeah.
Now everyone needs to watch The Mandalorian because it's awesome.
This
Got it.
episode was really good.
Was it? Because like the last couple have been a little meh for me.
I haven't seen the last couple.
They come out on Friday.
That came out today because Rise of Skywalker comes out